And welcome to another episode of 3-Minute Videos by Nathaniel. Today, we'll now solve question 1D of MAT Oxford 2011. And now is the 89th video. 89 is the 11th Fibonacci number, and 11 is another member of another Fibonacci related sequence, and it's the 5th member of the Lucas sequence. And then 5 is also part of the Fibonacci sequence. It's the 5th member. You see, you have the Fibonacci Lucas. So you have 89, then you Fibonacci, and then you have 11 Lucas, and then you have 5 with 5th member of the Lucas sequence, which is a Fibonacci number, and then it loops onto itself. Interesting relation, right? Now, back to the MAT question. Question asks, find the graph of sine squared of the square root of x. It's a really interesting graph, isn't it? Now let's consider the graph of sine squared x first, or better still, sine x. So you first draw sine x. You might know the graph of sine x, it goes like this. But if you square it, then the resulting graph will actually look like this, with period 180. So, that's interesting, right? Well, it is. Now, what is the sine squared square root of x? Well, let's draw sine squared x again. And then you draw sine squared on the square root of x. Square root of x is like, so imagine you have this number line here, and then the square root transformation will probably transform it to this. Well, it basically just squishes it at the start and lengthens it at the end. So basically, it will look like this. So you done a question already. What a fast one. But anyway, let me tell you one of my most favorite constants. Now, sine squared x, root of x, has this root at pi squared. You know, in Cambridge exams, they would use 10 meters per second squared as the acceleration of gravity. But since pi squared is closer to its value, I use that too. Anyway, and you know the formula for the period of a pendulum, 2 pi the square root of L over G. Then the half period will be pi times the square root of L over G. Then if you substitute G to be exactly pi squared, and the length to be 1 meter, equals to pi times the square root of 1 over pi squared, equals to pi times 1 over pi equals to 1 second. Pretty interesting, huh? Anyway, the universal gravity is not about pi squared, since pi squared is approximately 9.86. So the gravitational constant is more about 9.81. So this will be off by around a few centiseconds or so. Anyway, I hope you like this video, and goodbye.